In this video, I am going to explain an English drama series and would be a romantic also named 13 Reasons Why, which had come in 2017. In this, I would explain season 1 episode 1. If you can watch this series as a whole, then you can watch on Netflix. Let the story begin. Secondary school can be paradise or damnation, based upon your viewpoint and social remaining, obviously. It is not difficult to tell which one it was for Hannah Baker. The point when 30 Reasons Why opens, we discovered that pretty brilliant, enthusiastic Hannah committed suicide weeks sooner, and Clay, who is one of the Hannah's classmates, still can't truly understand it. It seems that Clay is in dilemma after the Hannah demise. After the school, Clay gets a ride to home from his best friend Tony. Clay gets a bundle by the post. Clay opens the bundle box. Inside the bundles are tapes. Clay sees the tapes and numbering has been done on the tapes. To play the tapes, Clay asks his father for CD player and eventually gets the CD player at the workshop. Clay plays the tapes. Inside the tapes a Hannah's voice that recount the tales of Hannah's life, or all the more critically, why she left it needed to end. 30 reasons for everything will be explained, but that doesn't mean the journey will not be painful one. That didn't pass it on, Hannah cautions. All in all, likelihood a confined in person will wake the tapes upon to the world. Also that, indeed, that would be awful for everybody. Clay is quickly gone ballistic. He can't sort out why he is on the tapes by any means and is alarmed to find out. After the just listening the intro of the tapes, Clay goes under panic and is going to meet Tony, and probably he would ask him about the tapes. But Clay didn't ask anything and not to say about the tapes. He steals the Walkman from Tony's car and allows Hannah's voice to direct here. Clay is become obsessed about what Hannah says in the tapes, and ultimately Clay goes accident. Quit worrying about the Clay's own parents are stressed over what's happening in his mind. However, he couldn't never reveal about enlightenment then in concerning the tapes. The main individual of Hannah's scrap list is Justin, the boy who was extremely cracked about what Clay heard on the tapes. In flashbacks described by Hannah, we get the narrative of Justin and Hannah, an account of youthful sentiments gone horribly amiss. Hannah portrays how Justin, the boyfriend of the day of her closest companion Kat, who was since moved away, turned into the object of her fascination. Hannah double deals with Justin until he is similarly as stricken with her as she is him. Hannah, who always not wanted to be a part of basketball, but she was interested on this game because of Justin. They both meet at the school bus either, where Justin asks her phone number and Hannah easily gives it. It seems that Hannah wants Justin so much because Hannah hit the Justin deliberately at the school corridor. At the last, Hannah slips away her home and gets together with Justin in the recreation area. The two have an exquisite sweet night at the playground that comes full circle in a kiss. Hannah simply says thanks to Justin for that kiss, simply not what's come later. Justin demonstrates he is not exactly honorable when he shows up an upskirt image of Hannah from the playground date to his companions. Football skipper and Justin's closest friend, Bryce, advances the photograph to the whole school. Embarrassing Hannah, he breaks the Hannah trust and Hannah thought Justin would be a great, but he would never be. That is the reason for why Hannah has recorded Justin on the tapes. He took a delightful second and made it terrible. Clay is listening the tapes at the same playground as Hannah mentioned in the tapes. A minute later, Tony has come. He sees the Walkman and asks it to the Clay. Clay says, I hadn't remembered to tell you, and somehow Clay manages it. Immediately, Tony says something that is connected to the tapes, shocked Clay to hear the Tony's answer. Clay is not so blameless, all things considered. After listening the tapes, Clay connects himself at tapes time. That means the tape when Hannah was bullied. He recollects a second soon after Hannah's photograph became famous online. When Hannah come to sit with him at lunch, Clay, desirous of her hookup with Justin, spoke harshly to Hannah. Hannah left the lunch table in tears. While paying attention to Hannah's tape at playground, Clay sees Tony red convertible drop. Clay is befuddled until Tony uncovers reality. Tony is the companion that Hannah has placed responsible for the tapes. The following day, Clay asks him for what valid reasons, might not Tony at any point let him know what's on the tapes. It's excessively difficult for Clay to pay attention to her voice. He as of now sees Hannah in each edge of his mind. Tony cannot respond to that and encourages Clay to simply continue tuning it. Clay say, what would be if I don't listening the tapes? It would be more worse, as Tony say. Clay is listening the tapes. Tapes 1, a story goes and end. He turns the tapes as Hannah guides through her voice to play the tape number 2 and know the second reason behind the Hannah's hopeful. And this action, the story of the episode 1 has come to an end.